的来到了这个小厨房，里面呢已经准备好了鱼肉，
来，我们这边拍，里面有准备了一些表
我们准备了鱼肉，这个菇，
对，
这是 mushroom 那个白蘑菇，带子，虾。意大利面今天是煮意大利面哦，已经弄好了，但是
咖喱叶、蒜头、洋葱
，cherry tomato，
就是 cherry tomato 这个
还有一个小的辣椒，好，这东西都不是我弄的，
这些东西
不是我弄的，
都是我们的大厨，对，我们今天我们的这个 cherry 呢。他帮我们准备了要请我们吃一摊意大利面，亲自下厨，哇，真的很棒哦！我们的哇，真的太荣幸了。Okay, so today you are the chef also, so you're going to show us how you cook the spaghetti.
先放一点盐。
OK, 我们水要。
I'm a home cook. I'm not a chef. Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. Today you become the chef. Italian chef.
My chef.
哇哦！所以现在我们要开始做意大利面了。切着多利鱼。Oh, we cut into small fish.
Yeah, we're going to make pastas, so you don't want them too big. You want everything to cook about the same time.
哦，刚才我跟我们的 Cherry 谈到，他有一个这个合作伙伴叫 Miss Lian 啊，非常高贵，讲话非常的优雅，我很喜欢听他讲话。基本上他们认识在一个商业的场合，然后他们就很投缘，然后就合作在马来西亚开创这个事业。然后讲到这个 Bofri， 它特别一点呢，就是他们就是希望不只是在卖车这个行业，基本上呢就是他们跟这个车主呢都是保持着一种很好的友谊关系。然后甚至呢，有些时候他们来到他们的 workshop 啊，这个车厂呢，他们本身不只是 Cherry 本身会煮美食哦，莲本身也会煮美食哦。等一下我叫莲出镜哦，她真的是一个非常高贵优雅的一个女士，真的听她讲话特别的真的很舒服啊。然后建立关系是很重要啦，并不是只是在商业而已。所以他们很多的这些老顾客，这些贵宾顾客，一向来都跟他们保持着联系。好，我们现在切着这个番茄，这个小番茄。好，我们现在等着那个水滚，水滚的时候呢，我们就要放那个 spaghetti 那个面条放进去里面煮。So how long you are going to cook the spaghetti?
Maybe 3 minutes.
3 minutes, OK， 大概是3分钟的时间。水一滚就把它放下去。好，我们现在写哦，很地道的这个欧美人是煮这个意大利面的这种方式哦。Before that, I saw you have put the salt in the water, right? So what's the reason why you put the salt?
I like to salt a little bit of everything instead of salting all in there. So
okay.
I'm a cook, I'm not a chef.
All right, OK. Cherry 是强调他不是厨师，不过呢，刚才我看到他放的盐进去里面，其实他放的盐进去里面，第一个呢，是让这个盐的味道能够渗透在这个意大利面里面。第二个来讲呢，可能水滚的会更加的极致吧。
比较快滚，
对，
因为加热比较快。
刚才我们是放的这个橄榄油，然后就它的油在滚的时候呢，热的时候我们就放这个洋葱它是用黄洋葱，因为黄洋葱煮起来比较香，然后再放一点点盐在里面，然后这个 spaghetti 也差不多在滚着了。我们现在放的咖喱跟这个洋葱一起。它的香味出来，然后再加多一点这个橄榄油。So we cook until the color changes yellow.
I don't want to overcook them because we want to get the sweetness out of the onion.
Oh, the sweetness. Okay, just get the fragrance.
Just get the fragrance and the sweetness.
The sweetness came out. Okay.
Hydrate them a little bit so there's no more water.
所以我们稍微把它这样子炒的时候呢，我们就是基本上给它的那个洋葱跟这个蒜米的那个香味出来，它甜味出来就可以了，也不一定要把它煮到金黄色。
onion and garlic.
Garlic, okay. So far.
Caramelize them a bit now.
Okay. 所以我们把这个袋子放进去里面。OK。
哇，现在发出那个洋葱头的香味。
香味出来了，对，开始有一点点金黄色，然后再放一点点，这是个
Just a bit of seasoning.
Seasoning，OK，这个调味料 ，seasoning 调味料，拿过来看，然后再放一点盐，然后这个就是 seasoning，all seasoning salt，OK，然后这个是 black pepper， 这个是黑胡椒，哇，味道，哇，好香哦，好，这个。
我们的 Jelly 在厨房里面煮这意大利面的时候，外面就哇做这个蒜香面包，哇，已经是不能期待了，已经是等不及要吃了。
Okay, you're going to make this garlic bread, right? Yeah. Okay, 我们现在做 garlic bread. Homemade garlic bread. All right. So this is a rosemary or?
Italian herb.
Italian herb. Okay.
Garlic, vegetable oil, salt, and lemon.
Yeah, we make our own.
Oh, you make your own. 它掺的这个咖喱sauce，还有那个柠檬，还有一点盐，还有胡椒。好，然后就放在 oven 里面。你要 cook 多久呢？ How long?
Very fast, probably around 3 to 5 minutes.
OK， 大概是3到5分钟。然后现在我们把虾放进去里面了，然后也再放它的 black pepper 的这个一个香料。哇哦！我们现在做的呢，这个意大利面呢是叫什么
Olio.
OK， 它是意大利炒面，明白吗？
意大利炒意大利面。
意大利炒意大利面，对了。看到没有？然后它这个白蘑菇已经放进去里面了，和那个小番茄，真的很棒。哇哦，非常优雅。我们再看看大厨的，哇，你看煮饭的人真的帅气哦。杨哥也会煮饭，不过懒惰煮。Is it done?
Not yet.
Not yet done, right?
You can prawn. The prawn is done.
所以你要试吃哦。是嘴馋，所以我们拿了它刚刚煮好的虾，这一口应该是先我吃了哈，来，
少啊。
哦 ，nice fresh, perfect。哇，这虾有弹性，好吃。
不知道它调的味道很好，然后我还可以嗅到那个白蘑菇的香味。
很棒。
Good.
Good.
Wait till it's finished.
香味。
刚才我们说呢，它这一个要3分钟就可以了，然后温度呢大概是250度可以了，熟了，哇，好香啊！哦 ，so good。先把面放进去，一起煮炒。再加了这个the fragrance will came out. So this is what herb? Italian herb. OK， 这是意大利香料。Oregano 都在里面，所以这个一定要放进去，不然的话你吃不到意大利的味道哦。现在全部放进去，那我们再自己调它的味道，然后直到它稍微有点干的时候，那基本就可以上菜了。哇哦，好期待！要吃什么啊？这是什么东西来的？
这是我从台北拿出来的，这个就是那个蒜香酱啊，就是有蒜头、油，还有什么盐。
还有橄榄油一起，
没有橄榄油，
没有橄榄油，然后它涂在那个面包来烘，对不对？哦，它一定要用什么油 ？Natural 的这个油，我们打广告，人家刚收广告费哦。可以上菜喽，可以上菜喽。好热闹哦！这 个咖喱 bread 也是真的香哦，这个真的是好丰盛。
你看我的，你知道我们现在是在哪里吗？我们是在一家汽车工厂上面的厨房，而为我们下厨的是汽车制造商的大老板 Mr. Jerry。我们在这边哇，还有爱心，还有就是爱心，就是很
爱心满满，帮我们
爱心满满的
煮了这道意大利餐。
这一餐意大利餐非常香，好有魅力，有没有
？Any like special manners, the table manners over here?
Eat to enjoy.
Just to enjoy. All right. Okay. Enjoy the good food. Okay. Let's go. 怎么样？这种吃相
是要这样子吃的，
我一定放在后面来。
意大利面是要这样子，这样子啊，表示对厨师的尊敬。
怎么样？吃了
The best in the best in the Malaysia, the best in the world.
Malaysia. Okay. Very good. Yeah, we like it so much. 我也要开吃了。Okay, thanks for the lunch. So wonderful and so delicious. We love it so much. You know why?
Tell me.
Because the food is come with love.
Of course, I
Full of love.
Passion. So just one question to ask you. Okay, there are so many countries. Why you choose Malaysia?
Good question.
为什么会选择马来西亚呢？他是从 Australia 过来，就是澳洲。
对，他是在澳洲，我们的 Jerry 是在澳洲长大的。虽然他们是黎巴嫩的人 ，OK， 三兄弟因为很兴趣这个车改造车，然后最后在1986年，他自己制造了第一部车，然后起名为 Bufari。So 在那边制作过后呢，他在1998年来到马来西亚。所以我们想到为什么选择马来西亚 ？Why you choose Malaysia?
Back in the days when we were producing cars in Australia, the market demand for our cars was actually in Asia. And the Australian government wasn't able to offer us any incentives that were exciting enough for us to stay and produce cars there to export to the Asian market. And we had the Sultans of Malaysia became our customers and some very wealthy businessmen here, and they were all encouraging us to come. And then we had the Prime Minister of Malaysia who saw the car in Pulau Langkawi, climbed on top of the car, stood on the car and made an announcement to the world and said he wanted this to be Malaysian. And we thought, my God, if the Prime Minister is prepared to back you up, if the Sultan and the Argon and everyone is prepared to back you up, what more do you want from a country? So we made that bold move and came to Malaysia, and we've been here ever since.
All right. So, do you facing any challenge when you start out your factory or workshop in Malaysia?
Of course. This is Malaysia. There's lots of challenges. There are all kinds of challenges that we have in Malaysia. Unfortunately, and I can't run away from this, but we had a failed partnership when we first arrived, which is history now, and there's no point talking too much about it. But that was a very, very serious challenge. That was, something that could normally destroy most companies. But we survived that, and we stayed true to why we came. We came to deliver on a promise, and we made sure that we do deliver on that promise. And I think we've already achieved that. Other challenges that we have is the government doesn't support the industry as much as we would like to see. They do support 2 other manufacturers. We don't get any support at all. It'd be nice to see that the government don't just look at the company because of the number of cars that you produce. They should look at the company for the product that it produces, the commitment that it's put into the company and into the business and into the country. What we offer to the Malaysian government, what we offer to Malaysia as a country, isn't just a beautiful car, isn't just a few people in the factory. We're training a workforce with skill sets that don't exist in this part of the world. Craftsmanship. These kind of levels of craftsmanship just don't exist in Malaysia. So prior to us arriving in Malaysia, there's no such thing as anybody even thinking about making cars to this standard or this quality by hand. And the challenge we have today is manpower. Earlier you asked me about our capacity. I told you 25 cars a month, but we only produce 25 cars a year at best. And the reason for that, we don't have the manpower. It's just not been possible for us to acquire or attract the right people for the job. And it's challenging, it's difficult because of a number of reasons, but especially because the skill sets just don't exist. The colleges don't train people what we want or what we need. They teach you how to become a brand-centric mechanic. You learn to become a mechanic for a specific brand rather than an industry mechanic or a tradesman. One of the best parts about operating this factory in Malaysia is, and what we love about Malaysia, one of the many things that we love about Malaysia is the attitude of the Malaysian workers. They're very humble. So when we first came to Malaysia, they didn't really have the skill sets. They were clever people, they were crafty, they were artists, but they didn't really know how to make a car. They had no idea. And what we were able to do is we were able to take the strengths from each of these individuals and harvest them and do something with them. And we were able to train them and expose them to different things, a different way of doing things. Today, I believe I've got the cream de la cream. I honestly believe I've got the best tradesmen in the country. People that have left our country, we've trained thousands and thousands of people in the last 30 years in Malaysia. Out of these people, many of them work for, I can't mention the names, but some of the biggest car companies in the world and some of the most respectable car brands in the world. They work for aviation companies. Most of our staff, when they leave our company, if they do leave, they do end up in fantastic jobs. And that's because of the craftsmanship that they've acquired and the skills that they've learned from us. But attitude is really the fundamental point. So when you've got humble people and they don't know how to do things and they pretend they're shy, they don't know how to do things, actually they know how to do it, but they always humble themselves to try and learn from somebody else. And the best asset we've got today is that humility among the staff. You can ask a Malaysian worker to do the same job again and again and again because you're not happy, and without a shadow of a doubt, without any question, they'll redo the work until you're satisfied. Okay? This is something you cannot get anywhere else in the world today. Nobody will do that. You go to a developed country and ask the tradesman to do it again because you're not happy, he'll walk off the job. Simple as that.
Okay.
So some parts of the transition to Malaysia was, it's a multilingual country. You know, wherever you go, people speak Mandarin, people speak Malay, people speak Indian, people speak English. Street signs and everywhere you go, it's all in English. You know, you feel comfortable. The moment you arrive at Kuala Lumpur Airport, you feel comfortable, you feel like you're at home. It doesn't take, you don't need to work your way around, you don't need to ask someone to interpret things for you. Anybody can arrive at Malaysia and find their way around. It's just a wonderful place to be. You feel very comfortable, you feel very, very safe. You know, and then you've got the food aspect. What greater place in the world is it to get better food than Malaysia? It has the best food, the most tasty food. Wherever you go, food. We live to eat in Malaysia, I always say. You know, so we've got all these sorts of things going for it. Yeah, and then of course you got the weather. I love the weather. I hate the cold, but I love the heat. The humidity. 2 weeks into Malaysia, and you start feeling very comfortable. The weather is just perfect for you, and lots of great reasons for anyone to operate in Malaysia.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Now I'm going to introduce another big guy in Bufori. His name is Perik. Perik's origin from Germany, right?
Yes, correct.
Frankfurt. Yeah. Okay, so you have been staying here more than
16 years.
16 years. Wow, such a long years.
Yes.
Okay, as a GM, General Manager in the Bufori, so can you tell us about what is the existing market for the Bufori?
Well, historically, Bufori has been exported around the world. We have exported cars to over 40 countries, including remote areas like Russia, Cayman Islands, China also, New Zealand, all the corners of the globe. And after COVID, we realized a lot of Malaysians have discovered the brand again. So we are now focusing a little bit more on the domestic market. So it's very interesting to see that people in Malaysia take pride in what we do, and they see the quality of our products, the amount of work and passion that goes into making the cars, and that also motivates us to focus a bit more on the Malaysian market, address these customers, these potential customers, give back a little bit, also mingle with the crowd. For example, this Sunday we had we participated in the MSF racing series with a pace car and safety car, and it was very fascinating to see how the Malaysians love motorsports and cars in general. So it was a very down-to-earth event, and it was just nice to talk to people, to show them what we do, and to see that their eyes light up when they see our cars and our work. And that also motivates our guys in the factory. So probably in the next 5 years we want to focus a little bit more on Malaysia, not to forget the international market, of course. But we, especially with the new upcoming Bufori CS, which is something we've been working on for a long time, and we are now perfecting this car in the pre-production phase, and probably mid to end of this year we're going to have the first cars on the road. So we're all excited about this, and the first cars will be sold in Malaysia. So all the pre-orders we have are Malaysians, not all, but most of them. And yeah, it's just going to be very exciting for us to see more Buforis on the Malaysian roads, and that's definitely the goal. So Malaysia will be the center of our attention, but we will also address markets in the region, in ASEAN region, especially Indonesia, Thailand. Singapore is an interesting market, but there's a lot of hurdles to get in, especially the import duties and COE and so on. Okay. But we also think that our new Bufori CS will be very interesting for these markets. So right now, Jerry just mentioned our production is around 25 cars a year. Yep. But with this new Bufori CS, we want to ramp up. This is going to be a so-called volume model. Yeah? So for us, volume would be if we make 40 CS in a year, that would be something fantastic for us. Yeah. So
you guys going to increase your productivity?
Yes. So we, of course, that doesn't go from by a snap of a finger. To increase productivity, we need more people. So it all goes hand in hand. It's a balancing act, but the objective is definitely produce more cars, hire more people, sell more cars in Malaysia and the region, and above that also in the Middle East, for example. So we have some clear defined objectives, and the next 5 years are going to be very, very busy for us, but we're all very optimistic and positive that we're going to achieve our objectives. Yeah.
Can you share us about the vision of the Bufori?
Yes, so right now we are at a stage where, of course, we're quite a middle-sized company, but we have big plans and big dreams. So ideally in 5 to 10 years we will be at a very well known at a global level, and we would like to expand our brand to different activities. So right now we already do car restoration, we already do aircraft interiors, we already do engineering services, but there's so much more that can be done with our brand. We want to focus a bit more on merchandising. We want to maybe create our own furniture brand. So there's so many things that can be done that can be used based on our brand values. So also something that is worth mentioning is our motto. You might have seen below our logo, it says Statement of Pride. This is actually the essence of a brand. Yeah. So everything we do is linked to pride. Yeah. So it's the pride of all the stakeholders that participate in Bufori. So the pride of the founder, the pride of the craftsmen who make the car, the pride of the owner when he receives the car and drives it, and the pride of a nation, possibly. So we want to make Malaysia proud, of course. So this is our motto. This is what drives us every day.
All right. Thanks.
You're welcome.
My wish is that we become the pride of the nation, and we invite everybody to come and see what we're doing. You'll be very proud, I'm sure, of what the boys in the factory are producing. Dedication, commitment, passion, and it'd be nice to make everyone, or give everyone an opportunity to experience what we're doing every day here.